future.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome there. My name is Timothy Knox. I'm here for Talk TV. This is We Are the United, where a gang of people come together to talk about all the communities and how we have our differences and how we also are here together for each other, to support each other and to be here. So stay tuned. Today's topic is about different communities. In this world, we have a lot of diversity nowadays with people and what they categorize. And I wanted to shed light on communities that I wanted to also bring forth into every episode. And the first would be lesbians, because they are their own group. They have developed their own kind. Bisexuals, they are their own people. Gay, they're their own people. You know what I'm saying? They have their own things that they do. The trans, I had a mishap with the words of that in throughout this season. So I'm going to let you know now. I apologize for anything that I had said that was a lack of knowledge. The queer, or the acquired, I like to say, but they go about queer, the acquired, and then also the straight people. Because I mean, you're one of us. You're a community. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why people don't want to see that. And also, last but not least, the plus size America. Plus size America is their own community because they have the different things they go through. They deal with different lives. So, what exactly is a community? A community is a group of people in the American world, and we share the same aspects of what we fight for, our rights, I would say. It's more of a freedom of a community of what freedom we should have. It's not a diversity, nor does it say that you have to be or what you aren't going to be. It's been a big fight over the years. I'm not really big on knowing, about all these communities and everything that has to do about them. That's the whole point of this, is just to share awareness to that we have other communities in this life, and this is something that we have to deal with. And we see, instead of us being more ignorant to the situation, now we all be able to have time to focus and be able to delegate exactly what's going on with our different communities. So, I mean, just for me to just brief sum up, lesbians, everybody know that is a woman and a woman together. Then you have gay, which is a man and a man. And you also have straight, which is straight man and woman. Then you have bisexual, which a lot of people get confused, but that is a one person that likes either or, guy or female. Then you have the transitioning, or the trans, which are you're born of a certain gender, but you have transitioned to another one. Then you have the queer, which I'm not big and aware of, but I think that's where you don't identify with who or what or a pronoun or a gender, And then you have the plus size America, which is basically anybody who is over their normal weight capacity. It's the ones with a little extra junk in their trunk. It's the ones that, have to go and pick up that type of clothing. The ones who who has to look at how much things weigh. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even to be in a funny way. It's just an understanding of what exactly am I saying plus size, because I have nothing against any of these communities. It's the reason why I'm able to sit here and have a conversation with all of them, and we can enjoy a laugh with the knowledge behind it. So, I'm more than eager to see what everybody has to say and learn about these communities, because like I said once before, I am not really that keyed into what things are. And if everybody's wondering what I am an asexual, which is in the category of bisexual because I do understand I'm attracted to both sexes. But being an asexual, I'm self-aware. Like my energy comes from myself. I only would please myself by looking and feeling and, just being in love with who I am. Does not mean I am in no way, shape, or fashion abstinent or anything of that nature. I still have sex. I just don't have sex probably as much as most people because it's not about just getting my rocks off. It's more of a connection thing. It's like I want to connect with this type of energy, and then until I get that energy, I won't have sex until the energy presents itself. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, it's just me being more aware of the needs, the physical needs of my body. But I'm gonna not run your heads off. Let's get straight to it. I have some wonderful interviews, and I hope you guys enjoy it so much. Thank you. So now, you're on Talk TVs. We are the United, and I'm just here to ask you some questions about, the gay community and what, that actually is and why it is a community. So, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jamar. My pronouns are he and they, and I identify as a queer Black male.
So even better, you are queer. You're queer, so we don't even have to talk about the gay lane. We can talk about the queer lane. What exactly is the queer, and why y'all call yourself the queer?
Well, I think using the word queer is our way of taking back a word that was used against us, as a slur or any of those things. I think so what I've seen is and what I love is the fact that I get to identify as queer, it's advocacy, it's resilience, and it's visibility.
Okay, all right. So what is the things that will make you queer? What is the things that make you in the community of queer?
Well, just for wording, what makes me be a part of the LGBTQ community is one, attraction. I came out when I was in grade, and I've been, and I think the older I get, the more I start to look at what identifying, and also what does attraction look like for me? What does my gender identity look like? And so I would say that's what for me be clear, but that's only a piece, right? It's only a piece.
Okay. So, what are the things that y'all do not like?
Experience on that.
I mean, what are the things that grinds y'all gears? What is the things, everybody have their things that what is disrespectful towards y'all?
I think sometimes what's disrespectful towards what I kind of take offense to is folks trying to tell my story and have not even had a conversation with a queer identifying person. Thinking that you know me, but you have not even had a conversation. I think also stigmas around that impact of their community, using words, politically charged words like groomers and pedophiles. I think that causes harm, and also the attacks on gender affirming care, because having access to gender affirming care is directly suicide prevention, and so I think anytime, and then also the weaponization of religion, on Christian.
Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I think that we occupy so many different spaces, and spirituality and being able to identify with whatever religion you would like to. And so I think that to me has been one of the things that me personally as my spiritual growth that I've gotten a chance to walk through of what does that mean to me, you know?
Right.
Can I identify as spirit and also be spiritual? Can I have a relationship with something bigger than myself?
Right.
That moves past what people have weaponized religion around to say that because I am who I am, it's a sin, or like love to sin or hate to sin, or whatever it is. But there's also like the whole thing of birthing, asking for forgiveness. Well, you can always ask for forgiveness, but if I made an image, why would I ask for forgiveness? Because of who they made me, And so I think I've been really fortunate and have had the privilege of having some really strong folks around me that I can bounce those things off of and ask questions, but allow me to kind of stand in my own, because I think it is within the teaching that one finds.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you how you feel as a queer against these different communities. So towards the straight community, how do you feel?
I think it's a one-on-one basis. Like I would hate to generalize,
Right.
Treat you how I treat you, be respectful because I'm going to be respectful. And we're good, I mean, like that, yeah. So, like I said, like, I can pass faces with the best of them.
Yeah, right.
When we started looking at community, like, identifying, like, we have had influence on every aspect of community.
Yeah.
And
right.
Not just the Donald Trump, so.
Okay. What about the gay community?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I mean, and I will say, like, as a queer organizer who happens to be Black and predominantly white community, I also look for affirming spaces that are queer, that are Black, even down to like the spaces, but also like within mentorship as well. So yeah, as a queer organizer, like I've planned Pride in my community for as long as I've been in the community, and yeah, I know I understand the value of in having safe spaces, but also as a queer organizer, like where are my spaces, where I'm not planning, where I don't have to facilitate, that I can just show up and I'm at.
Okay. What about the lesbians?
Oh my gosh, I am surrounded by my fellow lesbians and they're like, you are, I joined the club. No, but yeah, no, I get the privilege of working past that, and I'm also like a feminist, and so shout out to my Black lesbians of color, like, all of the folks,
Okay, so we're going to move on. Let's go to the trainees.
First off, don't say that word.
I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. My bad. I'm sorry. See, I don't be knowing that.
Shout out to the women in the culture, because even all of us that are a part of the ballroom culture have families, have parents, and all of those things. Like, it has been on the shoulders of our transgender women in our community. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and so I just gotta give them a shout out. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, knock it off.
I'm sorry. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly don't know. So what do you think about the bisexual people?
Oh my God. I mean, I was off, I know I have. And like, I mean, I think sometimes like there's shame that in our community that we oppose, because we have been operating in the oppressive system as well, and societal norms and all of those things. So I think like they don't necessarily, people who identify as bisexual don't necessarily get the accolades of being a part of our community, as well as a person who identifies as queer, as gay, as transgender, and not only like our bisexual community, but also like our gender non-conforming community as well, Yeah, so it's not just the LGBTQ, it's plus LGBTQIA plus stuff, community.
Okay. All right, man. That's what's up. So, so what do you think about the plus community?
Oh my gosh, that plus is massive, And I think like also it speaks to like our spaces, our community is so rich and intersectional that it's massive, And I think like that's the thing too. It's like they are also a part of our community, See how like we wrap our arms around folks at the beginning of the acronym. We also get to wrap our arms around everyone.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm stating plus, I'm more so of like the plus size community, I would say. But I just say plus because I love that. I love that plus.
I am okay. Oh yeah. So I'm a plus, so fun, and like I think like also like there has been in our community, especially like in my Black community, where like there has not been a space for folks who are wealthy, or like there's the societal thing around like health looks like this, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you are plus size, that means you're unhealthy and you're this and you're that and all of those things. And for me, it's like and like loving all of that, and also requiring it from the people that love you as well.
Right. Exactly.
Like, it's like you're not gonna just love one aspect of you.
You're gonna love all of this. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I think I'm missing one of them. No, I think I got them all. All of them. That was all of them. With a queer, straight, lesbian, gay. I mean, transitioning.
What you're gonna do is just say no. What you're gonna say is return our trans community.
The trans. Yes, trans. You got you. Bam, on point. I'ma say it. I'ma bleep them and I'ma re-say them. All of that. Trans. I have no disrespect towards them. I don't. I really don't. Like honestly, I don't. I wanna.
It just put in some verbiage.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, though, it's hard. It's hard being, bisexual. But I'm gonna talk, good with it. But it's crazy about you saying about the queer thing because there's a lot of stuff I did not know. You know what I'm saying? I really did not ever had that idea, and I appreciate you being able to explain that to me and into the details that you did. You're very wonderful. I want you to know that. But we're gonna cut this at 15 minutes. Is there anything else you would like to say to everybody? Let people know where they can talk to you, how they can find you, all the good stuff.
Well, if you want to reach out on Instagram, my Instagram handle is Mister. If you want to look me up, my name is Damar. Check me out on Google, Facebook. But no, thank you for talking with me and asking the questions.
Yeah.
And I just want to be clear that, with whatever my responses were, my goal is to never cause harm. And so I want to make sure that it's safe and folks feel included,
Yes, and that's the whole point, because it's we're united, you know what I'm saying? And that's what this is all about, is everybody being united and being together and having an understanding, because with knowledge is power. So therefore, we're going to power this rainbow up real quick. How would you like if I was to make a yellow rainbow for the queer community as a symbol of the rainbow?
A yellow rainbow?
Yeah, the yellow rainbow.
Well, I think what you should probably do is lean into the progressive flag that we have that showcases LGBTQIA, along with our church and the community. So lean into the progressive flag, but also like look at the one where intersex is also showcased as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Hello, how y'all doing? Welcome to Talk TVs. I'm discussing the different communities right now, and I have on the phone with me my best friend, my bestie for life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She repping that motherfucking LG. She repping that motherfucking Levy. You feel me? So
okay, baby, yes I am. And is
I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Nicole. That is my name. I'm a lesbian. I'm definitely representing for the females out here. I'm 34 years old, Capricorn. Definitely. December baby.
Okay. Okay. So, what exactly is lesbian?
I mean, lesbian is straight female interaction, intimacy. It's like, I feel like for me, it's like a different type of attraction. Like you can really touch this, you can feel this person without touching this person. I feel like for me, that's what lesbian is all about. Like you can get this type of chemistry from a female without just by looking at her, just by a simple touch. That to me is lesbian.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what is what is it? I see you expressed on a little bit, but what is it that makes you lesbian? Like you just have to like girls?
For me, because yes, yeah. I mean, I don't really see no other way as far as now. For me, can't speak on because we got women that really feel like they are men at heart. You know what I'm saying? But they still consider themselves females, and some that like to be addressed. Like if they are like a man at heart, they want to be addressed and shown.
Oh, that's a good thing. You said that. What is the different categories of the lesbians? Because I know y'all got like different ones.
You told me on this to say, okay, we got the film.
Film. What's the film?
You got the stud. You got the stud. And you got your what they call them, the stems. Now, I'm doing the ones that want to be a stud, just studish one day, or film one day, but they still, what I'm saying, team. Then you have the transgender, family where, you may have a female, but still going through that transition of becoming a male. So for me, that would be a cutoff.
Oh, that's beautiful. Y'all can still consider them as lesbians?
Man, you know what I'm saying? But then I really had someone, you remember Justice? You remember Justice.
I remember Justice.
So me and Justice, was close. Like, we was really, really close. That was my bitch and she was my bitch. But she became Cameron. And when we linked up some years down the line, that's how she wanted me to address her. And for me, it was hard. She was like, yeah, no, but you give your mom everything you want, everything that she wants, you know what I'm saying, as far as being with the male and being in that straight life. And I said, but I'm not being true to myself. Because in the world, you're my man. You're not my woman, you're my man. So for that, it called the real. She was like, no, you know what I am at heart. And I was just like, yeah, but that's not how you want me to address you, right? You want me to address you as him, as Cameron. So we stopped talking, and I always got my love or respect. That's who she is, but I couldn't accept that because I would have to change my perspective on what I like.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I understand that. That's why I feel like once they go to the extreme, they already have moved to the transitioning community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just got in trouble because I was saying training. I did not know that was the offensive word. You know what I'm saying? I just tell people like a lot of stuff we don't understand about them, but it's not a bad thing. We don't understand that side. That's why I'm gonna talk to somebody who's gonna explain it.
What?
I said once they cross that path, I feel like they go to the transitioning side. So they no longer can be lesbian anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Because you must have said the wrong thing.
Oh, I said the wrong thing. I had said trainee community and it's trans community. So I apologize.
Oh, that's probably because you don't utilize the vocabulary as often.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Next question.
Like Mexican, Spanish, or some shit. Okay.
What is something that will be like that offends y'all, or something that is disrespectful towards your community?
I feel like the word butch can become across very offensive. Dyke is very offensive. But again, with me, I just know that those are things that haven't been said to me, but I've heard them and they said in a very vulgar way. But that would be the most, honestly, that I feel like I'm very offensive when it comes to that the verbiage.
Yeah, the verbiage of how they characterize y'all. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, you a dyke bitch, or that dyke bitch.
Well, yeah, especially when somebody mad, when they mad, they gotta say something. They gotta say something. You fucking liquor.
She right, like, ew.
Like, bitch, who licking lint over here?
Yeah, right, that's a...
Oh, y'all have to excuse us. We definitely comfortable talking. We have to bleep out some of these words and stuff. Forgot about the uncensored part.
But she love everybody today.
Right, so I mean, about that's something that we'll talk about more on the Zoom thing of the relationship.
What about you? Too? I know all the males. They got way more from males to be rude and disrespectful.
Well, you know what? I've had a woman who was a woman become a man try to come on to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
Wait, you had a what? Say it again. A what?
A woman that turns into a man.
What?
Yeah, I have one.
That's like straight. That's like straight.
And that's what I don't understand. That's the reason why I'm gonna have to have this conversation with them. Like, it's honestly a big conversation, but I mean, I don't want to jump off off topic. So, okay, lesbians, how they feel about the different communities. So I'm gonna say a community, and you just tell me how you think the majority of your kind like that kind, basically. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the straight community.
Lesbians are, depending on the lesbian, very protective, standoffish, kind of like on guard when it comes to straight men more than anything. Definitely. Women, I feel like they get enticing enthusiasm rush for straight women, because it gives them an opportunity to shoot their shot, or maybe that straight person may be giving them a little bit more play because they feel like they're doing something. So depending on if it's a female or a male, the preference on the vibe or the energy may be different. A male definitely is going to be like on guard because all lesbians be like, what the fuck type shit. And for the female, unknown. You might think a bitch might be you want off. Or nah, bitch, it ain't. Just because I like bitches, I mean, you know what I'm saying, for you. So it just really depends. It could be a welcoming or a very unwelcoming vibe, depending on the sex.
Okay. What about the gay community?
We be all trying to be. I feel like we all come together. I honestly feel like the community really, really tries to come together. Now, it's always still drama, but I really feel like for the most part, because we're so, segregated and different, we always get the outcast of everything. So I feel like we try to come together as much as we can. I think that. I definitely think that.
Okay. All right. What about the bisexual community?
These hoes. Confused. I feel like these motherfuckers are the ones, and I will say men is worse than women, but I can't even sit there and say that, because I feel like that's a 50-50 split of the sneakiness behind it all. Mm-hmm. Women don't be honest about being true if you really like men and women, and niggas ain't honest about who they are. If you like to get your ass dick down, just say that. It's alright. But they don't be honest. So that's scary.
Yeah, they're the ones that's hiding in the straight community.
That's scary, bro.
Okay. They want to hide into the straight community when they need to bring their ass onto the community. Come on now.
I'm about to say that scary, baby.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. What about the trans community?
Love them. The energy be lit. Love it. Like, I swear to God, I love going to their shows. energy is unmatched. Like they make women look crazy. Like their energy is unfucking matched.
Okay, what about the queer community?
What's that? Like what's that? Now you lost me with
The
that
queer
one.
community of the non-identified.
I don't know. I ain't had no. I don't know.
You never had anybody say that they
energy.
don't characterize themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't put themselves in some type of category. And I just was on the phone talking to one of the guy, and I thought he was gay, but then he ended up telling me he was queer, and he explained it to me a lot. So I mean, I have to go back and really what's the name? I don't want to requote anything, so you're just going to move along because you don't know. Okay. Okay. So what about Plus America?
Okay. Again, it's something else I don't know. I've never heard.
Well, no, I'm saying Plus America. I mean, everybody says what's the name? Plus America. I mean, it's like plus size America. Let me say plus size America.
What's that mean?
People who are overweight. Well, I didn't want to say it like that either because it's a thing. Like, I mean, it is a thing.
You gotta. Well, I mean, okay, so you might have to edit that part.
Yeah, but
because I didn't understand that. I've never, put people in categories like that. So it's new to me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like everybody still has their story. So shit, they just human, just like everybody else.
Yeah, and I feel like they have their own different. That's the reason why I added them into here because they go through different stuff than we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people don't really realize that. You know what I'm saying? Because us. I don't even want to say normal size. Us people who are the fit Americans, and you know what I'm saying, the people who like our bodies to be what it is, you know what I'm saying, want them to feel the same way about their body, regardless of what people are to say and how to say it. So I get that.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I never had an issue with them. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I wouldn't date one, but would you date them?
No, exactly. No.
You wouldn't?
I would not.
Yeah.
No, I'm too damn little for that shit, okay?
See, and that's the reason why Plus Size America has their own category, because it is a category for dating wise. You know what I'm saying? That's really why I chose these categories like this, not to really be on any type of craziness or say anything crazy. I wanted each person to have a talk about the situation, because people don't realize that all of these is what we don't know who is walking around in America.
But also, you bringing awareness, because a lot of these categories I was unaware of. So really, awareness to people that don't know.
Yeah, that these people are have a fight just like us. You know what I'm saying? Well, thank you so much. You can definitely tell people how they can reach you and how they can find you.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. I think my Instagram is Gourgie18, GOURGIE_18, and Nicole on Facebook.
Yes, Nicole. So is there anything you want to say to your lesbian community?
Keep hope alive and stay clean, bitches.
Stay clean. Whoa, so what does this stay clean? Hold on, we're not just gonna say that and go ahead. These bitches be nasty.
I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'm just saying, keep hope alive, because we do like to see putting people on platters. I do. So, just saying, that's just the honest thing. When I want somebody clean, I don't want nobody dirty.
Oh, of course. Especially cat. I mean, who eats cat out of water? That wasn't in water for too long.
Safe awareness, man.
Okay, honestly, definitely. And also, I love you, Nikki. Thank you for being on my show. I appreciate everything and all the knowledge you gave me, because I didn't even know half of the half. I didn't even know that y'all considered the trans man as a category still. So that's hey, I don't know. We're gonna talk about it when we talk when we do the sit down.
That part.
Okay.
I'm all for it. Yes. Yeah, that's gonna be good though when you get the drink. So we're gonna be drinking and it's a vibe.
Yeah. Hey everybody, we are here on Talks TV. We're discussing the communities and the different types. And this subject is on bisexual. I have a friend with me today. You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I don't.
Sorry, my friend does not want to be known for her identity. So we're going to just move along past that way. So this discussion is about bisexual, and the world is really trying to figure out what is it to actually be bisexual.
What it is to be bisexual, I mean, is liking the same sex and the opposite sex at the same time.
Okay. So like a guy and a female both liking each other.
Yes. So it could be a guy liking a guy and then liking a girl, or a girl liking a girl and liking a guy.
Okay. And it's a three type of thing. Like you like always have three
Yeah.
ways.
I mean, if the opportunity leads to more than a three-way, yeah. But as far as right now, it's just a three-way. So I know in my position, it would be a guy and two girls.
Okay. Okay. What it well we already got kind of past what makes you bisexual. Obviously you have to like a guy and a girl and all stuff like that. So what are some things
I mean,
that
I'm definitely attracted to men, but once in a while there might be a female that I'm really, really attracted to that
mm-hmm.
I look
Well, that's
at
usually how
her
it
the
is
same
though.
way I would look at a man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you because it's the same thing with me though. It's like honestly, even now, me being asexual and me considering that as a thing of bisexual, people don't realize that because I'm still attracted to men and women. I just, it's like I have to be really willing to want you enough to do some sexual stuff. It's like everything else I can
Exactly.
do. You know what I'm saying? I can be there. I
Yeah.
can listen and rub and dub, but on some sexually, like where you're just taking some of my energy for myself. No, then I'm gonna have to stop. So that's what asexual is. It's not that I don't have sex. It's just I'm not just about to have sex with anybody and anything. But I still am bisexual, asexual, of a bisexual. So I mean, it is
But
what it is.
it also don't have to be a sexual connection either.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You know, it could be also just the way that you and the person vibe, or you just attracted to that person. Like with me, for instance, it has to be something about you to make me really, really attracted to
Right.
you. I just don't be like attracted to this person and that other person because it ain't looks. It gotta be more than your looks. It gotta be everything about you. The way that
Okay.
you move, the way that you try to succeed, the way that you push, the way that we connect.
Right, exactly. And so
Me and my
connection
partner.
thing. Yeah. That's why I tell
Yeah.
people that. A lot of people think bisexual is just like, oh, we're out here just having sex with everybody, and everybody
No.
we want every little thing in the world just because we want two types of gender. It's one thing is like I get something different from a female than I don't get from a man. I get something different from a man that I don't
Exactly.
get from a female. And those connections that I get is what I'm attracted to, not the actual beings of fucking everything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that people get wrong about people that are bisexual or asexual. They just think it's about sex, and it's really not about
Yeah,
sex.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It's
technically, if you
more
think
about a
about all these
connection.
communities, it's all about sex. So I guess it makes sense how they categorize it.
I guess. I
Mm.
guess.
Okay,
It's
so
not like that.
what are some things that would offend a bisexual person?
I mean, just offended. I don't know, to be honest. I can't really say right now.
I mean, but I know one thing about
Like,
me is like with the guys who are bisexual men, I know they probably be like, why the fuck these niggas keep calling me gay? You know what I'm saying? Why is this everybody keep calling me gay? Because I mean, it's a different thing. And then I mean, what's offensive to me is that even though I mean it's a thing, and people should know it's a thing, but obviously they don't know it's a thing. We get
mhm.
excluded from this than the females that are bisexual. They have more of a different way of looking into it because it's more easy going for them. You know what I'm saying? But on their side, it's like,
Exactly.
oh no, nigga, I don't want to fuck with you, even though you slick, look good and shit, and I'm not trying to think about it in my head type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, come the fuck on. Like, bisexual is a thing.
People
Okay.
just get it wrong.
Either what?
And they just get it wrong because I guess until you really experience it or really like know about it,
Yeah.
then you would understand. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
since you don't, then that's why people think, oh, it's just a sexual thing. When more of it's just a vibe thing or a hangout thing or getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
both sex.
Yeah. You're equally able to please and be
Yeah.
and get some type of enlightenment out of it. Yeah, like that's and that's what people really need to understand. But yeah, that's one thing that irritates me is that same like trying to put me in another category is trying to make it seem like bisexual don't exist, and then oh y'all are just confused. What the hell is oh y'all are just confused? Like who's confused? You the ones that's confused because you think I'm confused. If I'm to be
I mean, I just feel like people know what they like, and it's not their fault. Like, we like who we like, we attracted to who we attracted, and that's how I'm gonna say it.
yeah exactly. You know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
help who I'm attracted
And I'm attractive, and I like attractive people, and that's I tell people like all the time. And I really like attractive people. I like people who are attractive. I like to see us in the mirror because me as asexual, I'm already in the mirror loving myself. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know, and just that excitement, just to look at myself, gives me that ting. You know what I'm saying? That I don't need another person around all the time, but to have another person that gives me that ting regardless of the gender, you know what I'm saying, whatever fits that mold at that time, you know what I'm saying, for the energy I need, then they got to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's
to.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love being who I am. I love to love everybody. I feel like the way that we think is different. So, on the way that we think, we're going to break it down by the different communities, okay? And we're just going to shed light on what we think about the communities. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about the straight community.
I mean, what do you? I mean, they like who they like. They straight.
I mean, yeah, they like what they like, but I mean, the relationship that they have with bisexual people, I feel like they get a little they get it like it's confusing, you know what I'm saying? It's like and then it makes them scared to be because I feel like a lot of our bisexual people are hiding in the straight community. You know what I'm saying? They're clinging on to that because the straight community think that they just, you know, are just the superior beings, which at the end of the day, y'all are just having sex with one person and it's the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Y'all taking it a little bit too deep into it because you're trying to bring a religion into a situation. But if we bring in just the aspects of life, we're all just having sex. But I mean, once they kind of get over that, I feel like we're the most easygoing ones for the straights. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can be around you because you still fucking the same thing. I'm the opposite thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. But okay, so we're going to move on to the gay people. What do you feel about the
I
gay
think.
people?
I mean, I have no problem with them. I feel like they're just out there, like, and they want to be out there, and that's no problem.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
That
though,
is not no problem.
when it comes to the bisexual community, I feel like the gay people are somewhat like the straight people. They always want to be like, well, it's a saying, you just gay, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And, oh, or they want to try to gear you to one thing and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I don't mind because a lot of my exes has been gay, you know what I'm saying? And they had an issue with me being bisexual. They didn't like that I liked the women and and I would do things that showed I liked women. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I know a lot of people go around and saying this stuff because I mean we have different levels to this shit. So you know, I feel like they definitely showed a little bit more of a liking to the bisexualness because you have the DL news too who are with us. You know what I'm saying? They who don't what gay don't like a DL. Okay, so okay, moving on. Lesbian.
I mean, you gotta love who. I mean, it's cool, but I know, like I said, to me, in my personal experience, it's great to be with a woman, but I also want a man behind.
Yeah, you need that pipe down. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm honestly though, I have no issues with lesbians, but I just hate that we got the finest some damn things. Damn it, they just They do. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie. I mean, honestly, I'm not really been attracted to a stud or anything like that. But the ones who have films, like, dang, I would have took care of you. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the day, I love the lesbians though, because the lesbians seem like they're the ones who really are all together. Like they strong. They hold their team down. They seem like they got everything together. But I mean, what woman doesn't act like they got everything together? And then you don't never really know. You feel me? So I mean, I think that's just a trait of them, and I love them for being who they are. You know what I'm saying? I have lesbian friends. I have lesbian sister. You know what I'm saying? Been around the community, and their energy is just so
Your
good, and I
sister.
can never not party with the one very well.
We like to party with your sister.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, so we're going to talk about the trans community.
No problem at all.
Hmm.
I mean, they do what they do.
I feel
People
like,
can't help what they are born as. You get what I'm saying? If
yeah,
they feel that way
yeah,
about themselves, then you know what? I love it for them.
yeah.
I can't tell nobody how they feel inside. I can't tell somebody about who they love or their personality or their body. I can't because I'm not them.
Right. I mean, honestly, I
If
feel
that's how
like
they feel, then I'm happy and I love it for them.
we hold close to the bisexuals because people always say something about us that is not of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, all bisexual are hoes, all bisexual people are confused, but they say the same thing about the trannies, that they're confused and stuff like that. So I feel like we have our cling to this world to be known. You know what I'm saying? That this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I love that they are trying their hardest to get their stuff together and stuff like that. I wonder if they can get married and stuff. I have to ask that because that's a good question. But all this jazz about how I was born and stuff like that. I feel like at the end of the day, everybody has a right to be. Moving on to queer. You know what that is?
Yeah, I went to their shows.
Queer?
Are they like I went to one of those shows.
No, queer is a community. It's a
Oh,
people that don't identify. You know what I'm saying with being. uh any type of gender and stuff like that. I feel like they have the non-binary people are in queer. You have the self-identified people. You have what I'm saying, all those people. You know what I'm saying. Not trying to say it like that, and I don't mean any harm by saying this, but I mean I just don't really still know how to explain it yet until I really get further details into it. But
yeah,
I
I
don't feel
really don't
anything against them. I
know
feel
too
like
much.
yeah, I don't feel anything. I feel like you have a right to have that, but I do have to ask in myself: is it is is the name the issue, or would it matter? Because my whole time is most of the time I'm going around calling people them and they and he's and it's and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? So if I mispronounce your name, please have that much gratitude to understand that it was just my ignorance of me not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. So much. You definitely helped me out with this episode. I appreciate you so much. And I'm glad that you was able to do this. Is there anything else you want to say to your audience and let them know anything about bisexual or how to live or their lives or anything of that nature? You can say it now. All right, so I apologize. I almost forgot about plus size America. See, people with me, I don't know. I don't understand. And I'm sorry, guys. Shamika was lost in this signal. But with me, it's like, okay, you woke up in the morning, you knew that you were big. You know what I'm saying? You knew that you were plus size. You knew that you was voluptuous. You knew that you had those curvy ways. You know what I'm saying? So embrace those. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. And not to just because I'm bisexual think that I just have to be wanting anything and I have to want something. Honestly, I'm not a chubby chaser. I'm not one of those ones to, you know, deal with a lot of the over the uniques, you know. But we're going to stop it here, and I appreciate Shamika for coming on. I'm sorry that she was not able to leave her content. Where you can find her, I will ask her and reach out to her if she will want to be known, and we can go from there. And I thank y'all once again for coming to talks. We are the United because this is bringing awareness and bringing time and bringing light to people that it's more about than other stuff now. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we all have to go through. We all have to live this world. We all have to be in this dream. So I appreciate y'all for everything, and I appreciate y'all for even letting me even take the time out to even have this with you guys. Hello, everybody. We are here today, and I have a special guest to communicate with us about the trans community. I know at first it was like really hard for me to understand, the terminology of it and stuff, but I got a grasp of it. I'm so glad I got it before I was able to bring you on. I'm so happy to have you. You can introduce yourself to everybody.
Yes. Oh, nice to be here.
All right, you want to tell the world a little bit about you?
Oh, of course. My name is Kendall Miller, formerly known as K Mill. I am a trans woman here in the United States of America, of course. Atlanta, Georgia is where I reside. Working in the healthcare field as a CNA, and also have background in the customer service field. So
Okay.
overall, I like to be an advocate for the trans community, for the LBGT community overall. Just to be able to have a voice and to be who I am, to stand in my truth, is an honor. And I just wish everyone else the exact same, honestly.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so explain to us exactly what is the trans community.
The trans community, in my defining, is someone who identifies as true meaning of who they are authentically, to be able to stand within their truth, to be respected, to be able to respect their self, for others to see them as a beauty, as a light, as a voice, to be able to reach out to others to let them know you can be exactly who you want to be, when you want to be, and how you want to be in your truth.
Okay, I love that. I love that analogy of that. Like I'm feeling it. Like I'm all here. Okay, so how do you become a trans in the trans community? Like what is the things that you have to be required to be in a trans community?
Self-identification is one thing. Is as far as speaking for myself of transitioning. I identify with who I am. I've always been organically who I am unapologetically, and it's more so not trying to persuade to make someone think that you're someone that you're not. But it's more so just stating your truth for people to identify you as you are, and for them to respect that as you respect yourself. So I'm a trans woman. I've actually been comfortable within my skin. The only thing that's changed within me, honestly, is just my identity, which is the exterior. I've always carried great morals and respect and great values within me. It's the same thing, honestly, nothing's changed but a look.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what are some things that is considered disrespectful or harmful towards the community?
I want to say everyone should try to have tough skin in life. I have tough skin, and I don't get offended by anything, honestly, because it's more so people points of views. But they can try to get under your skin and try to be very disharming and very, belittling and very, discouraging to who you want to be and who you are within who you are. So it's very important for you to know who you are. So therefore, you can't be, misconstrued or just actually just taken as a joke or anything as lightly, because you are who you are, and it's very important for you to actually have your voice.
Okay, all right, that's understandable. Okay, so I have some questions that I have this has been like bugging my mind when I what's that? So I have a question. So do y'all consider Y'all, so the y'all do y'all consider the people who are like in the process of it of transitioning, because it's not really about the like the body, or it's not the outside. So it's like, do y'all just anybody who like wants to have that mindset and the idea of what it is?
Well, you want to look at an open-minded person. Anyone that's closed-minded won't be able to see exactly the same point of view that I expressed today.
Mm-hmm.
But an open-minded person, which who I am, which gives everyone that opportunities for them to actually stand within their truth, for them to be able to see them as who they are, just to be able to just express themselves, to be organically them, because everyone else is already taken. You can't be no one else. You can only be yourself. So you must be the best you can be.
You better
So you
say
want to
that.
take that, stand in that, and actually own that. So therefore, people will not actually in time. Everyone is actually all over the place. So you want to be able to give yourself first and foremost time before you can actually, express to others how you truly feel about you, so you can actually know and have it rooted and grounded within you. So therefore you're not just just blowing with the wind this way or that way, wherever someone say you should go or someone say you should do. While you're standing in your truth and you're owning it, more people will start to respect you because they see the truth that you're standing in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I have going to say the different communities, and then I just want you to explain to me the relationship that your community has with these people from your knowledge. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to start with the straight community.
I see, honestly, from my point of view, I see a lot of people being disrespectful to the trans community, trying to make jokes and things like that. But it's more so, it's how you carry yourself and how you actually want to be, taken. If you want to be taken as a joke, people will take you as a joke. If you want to be taken serious, it's very much so for you to take yourself serious, for you to actually be taken serious.
All right.
And hold yourself to a higher standard. So for the straight community, I see love overall. People respect me for who I am. I mean, people may have jokes and this and that, but guess what? I may have the last joke because at the end of the day, I am who I am. So I say to the straight community, of course, all the time, love me and I love you back.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the gay community.
To the gay community, I say we all have a work to do overall, to be honest with you. Within the gay community, I see a lot of cattiness. I see a lot of, jealousy and different things and such. But guess what? We can overcome that, like I said, if we continue to stand within our truth and be able to build one another up instead of trying to tear one another down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What about the lesbians?
It goes pretty much abroad, honestly, for the LGBT community. Of course, they say name, letter that's a part of it, color, gender, anything that's a part of the LGBT community, lesbian, gay, bisexual. It's a respect. It's a great respect that we must have for ourselves. So therefore, others can see that to be able to respect it and to show it and to give it.
Okay. Well, I know you just said bisexual. That was going to be the next one I was going to say. It was bisexual.
Yeah, we all. I see us as a big part of them because there's so many people out there, honestly, that portray to be straight. That's down low, as we know, and that's therefore they're just not able to be comfortable within their skin because of the stigma of the society that has been given today. That they're going to be made fun of, or they're weaker, or they're just confused, or something as such. And it's not very much so. It's very much so the others are confused because they don't get the chance to get to know people how their heart is and how they really feel and just to be able to accept them. So I feel as if we all got together on one accord with communication, with understanding, and just to be able to give grace to others as we all would want for others to give us.
Right, exactly. That's basically what this is for. It's just to shed light on certain situations so we can have understanding, so we can all sit down and have a conversation and laugh and have fun. You know what I'm saying? In a setting, and people won't be like, I don't know this about that person, because I know me personally being a bisexual. Well, I'm asexual now, but I mean, being a bisexual and having that title, a lot of people used to always say that, confuse things. So I'm so glad that you ended up saying that. Thank you so much. But we're going to move on to the queer, because I just found out that that really was. So
To the word. Now, could you please inform me because honestly, as a trans in the trans community, LBGT community, I honestly get a little bit thrown off myself. So I would like to know. Please explain to me.
so I just basically came up with the formality that Queer is basically like the ones who don't identify as anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they just are they are the vessel, the body. You know.
Okay. So somewhat more accepting to whatever they feel that they're accepted to,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I can say I would think that they're pretty overall a well rounded person then, because it's like they don't want to find themselves under a title or under a stigma or under anything. They're just more so kind of goes the flow type of person, right?
Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Like it's a more of a, do
If
do
they're
as
feeling
I
that
feel.
individual. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I wanna be this today, I'm just gonna be that. And I wanna be that tomorrow, then I'm just gonna be that. But without it being that they're being that and they're just still being themselves and the whole entire thing. I love it though.
But I have one question. Would that be also with them being kind of taken back by the
hmm
different crowds that they're amongst?
hmm I know that it's the pronouns that really gets them though. I don't understand all of it entirely, but I mean we definitely want to have a sit down with one so we'll be able to get all that answered. But yeah, because I mean it's something that I feel like it needs to be addressed so we can understand how to not disrespect people and have a more
In your
clear.
whole, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the plus size community? They're hard to find too. People don't want to be considered plus size, and that's like a blessing to even have acknowledgement like that.
I love it, honestly, and I just actually just start to just them to just show love abroad to everyone, honestly, and it's loving kindness I have shown thee, and it's more so if you want to be able to, like I stated, to be respected and to be loved, you want to be able to find that foundation within yourself, so therefore you can give it. There's more people in this world that need to actually give it and to show it in order for it to really be taken serious and for people to be respected and to be, just giving grades.
Yes, 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 and that's all I want to, just do for people. And I've been reaching out to like plus size people, and like, they've been kind of offended. And I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I the one who's not realizing that you're not plus
I
size?
think we're
Or
so much in the world today is so very sensitive and it's different topics and a lot of people need to. My mom always said some people need their feelings hurt in order for them to actually get through to some people, and it's more so not to hurt their feelings but to allow their feelings to be feeling within their feelings, so therefore they can sit in their feelings and realize and they're having a conversation. The conversations is what needs to be had.
yeah. And I feel like a plus size is really one of the big communities because it's spreads amongst everybody. You know what I'm saying? We have plus size in all of the genres. So, I mean, it's nice to have their words. They
Exactly.
have a different life. They wear different clothes. They can't
Exactly.
do
And
certain things that everybody can do.
I love to see, especially a great confident big girl or a great
I
confident
do
big guy who's
too. Oh my
confident within
God.
themselves, that know who they are, that's not going to get offended by a little joke that you may try to tell to make tease them or to make them feel less than.
Yeah.
Because they know it's about knowing who you are. Once you know who you are, it's nothing no one can do. Of course, we can get hurt sometimes because those are the feelings that we actually all have.
hmm
And some actually, fall into their feelings more than others. So it's like, hey, some of them are not even utilizing or don't know how to actually intelligently utilize their feelings.
Yeah, exactly. So would you date one?
I'm sorry, say what?
So would you date one?
But they want, of course, I will. Give me the sexiest, the finest, and I actually see fineness and sexiness in everyone. It's about how you actually wear it. So
hmm
you gotta have that confidence. You gotta be able to be confident, even though you're a big girl and a big guy. You have to
Yeah.
be confident with who you are and where you stand, and just know that you have a place here on this earth and you matter.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I don't think I find any sexual connection, but I mean, I would love to,
Wait now, wait now. Okay, but I'm gonna say it in the most respectful way because it's to each his own.
Yeah, it's to
And
each his own.
you may be able to find a bigger person that's bigger than you, that actually it's their personality that just may grasp you and just you may just hold on to that, and it's no one other that can actually get to you like that person that's plus size that actually you don't think that you would find attractiveness in, that just may be there on loan.
Yeah, I agree. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was so enjoyable, and I appreciated you being on here. To the conclusion of the situation, do you want anything you want to conclude for your community? What you want to say to other communities?
I'm saying the whole in the world, we all need to do better.
Yes, that is understandable. So, is there any way you want anybody to come find you? You can go ahead and list all those good things or where you can be found.
Sure, you can find me on Facebook under Kendall Miller, or you can find me on Facebook under K Mill. I have two different pages, two different platforms, and also on Instagram at K Mill ATL underscore.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
As soon as I get done with all the editing that I'm doing, I'm gonna send you the full grasp of it because we're gonna do a sit down on the first on Friday morning, and everybody's gonna be able to Zoom together who was on the episode, and we'll be able to
Sounds good.
talk.
I'm excited, and I'm so sorry. I really would like to, if you need me to do it over, I would like to do it over because it's like I'm kind of caught off guard, like not caught off guard, but
Hmm.
like totally, I'm ready, but I just want to be able to answer the questions like fully how you want me, you want me to be able
I feel
to.
like you did an excellent job, though. Like, I mean, you were very, very understanding. I heard everything you were saying, and I'm able to get an understanding about your community even better. And that's all I really asked for. I'm really done. I mean, I said it was supposed to be uncensored, but I've been cussing throughout this thing the whole time. So, you know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
love it. I love it.
So,
And where is it going to be aired? Because I would love to, shed light on it.
okay, so I'm going to be doing YouTube as far as I sit down, and I think I'm just going to really put a lot of stuff on YouTube and Twitch. I'm about to do the account for Twitch. I'm looking for where to do the audio though for like the podcast. I'm really not getting a lot of leads for where to actually drop the podcast on to like do. So I know there's something I can do where I can do it on all platforms. So I'm looking
Hmm.
to that today.
Well, I am excited. Please hit me up. Like, it was such a pleasure. Honestly, it really was, and I really commend you for this. This is really awesome. I love it.
Thank you, thank you. Somebody has to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me being completely different than everything, being asexual, and people don't know what it is. But I also explain that in my own way in the show too about that, so people can join the team if they need to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm welcoming. So
I love it. You are doing a great job. You really are, and you are very handsome. By the way, I must give you that.
thank you.
So,
And you're beautiful. You're so
thank
beautiful.
you.
I
I'll
was
be
like, oh
trying.
my
I'll be
God. I don't know if I can say this
trying.
without it being like offensive to any of the community, but I'm gonna say it because I was like, oh my God, I just really want somebody that's like beautiful, you know what I'm saying, to be able to be the
Oh.
first person on the show, you know what I'm saying? So I really thank you because I was like, oh my God, she is gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
Woo! But we watching, we supporting over here from Chicago to Atlanta, honey. Let's go.
Yes, we better turn up. We better do this whole world together. And I mean, if you ever want to come back on any episode, I can send you all the topics that we're doing. You're more than welcome to come back on anytime you want to.
Yes, I would love to. I love you for having me as well too. Honestly, I really will, and I really am going to share everything that you put out. So from here on out, I'm such a fan, and I'm going to be such a supporter. Just so you know that.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, world. Welcome again. This is We Are the United. I'm here with a friend, and we're here to both talk about the gay community. I couldn't find anyone who wanted to use their voice amongst our community, so I do apologize if we get anything wrong. Okay? All right, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Eric Diaz. Um, I'm from Fort Valley, but I grew up in Atlanta, and in Rome, and in Fort Valley.
Okay. So you know a little bit about the gay community. So what exactly is the gay community?
From my experience in my lifestyle, the gay community is supposed to be a support system for people who are LGBTQ community, who identify as LGBTQ,
Hmm.
from my understanding. It's really a support system from everybody, from the gay parents to the bosses to other communities or things. From my experience, I know as far as in the gay community, you have the support system for like the gay family who support you when you're family don't are there to help assist you. Um, my representation of the experience that I had was good. I had great gay parents, and grandfathers and aunties and uncles, brothers and sisters who supported me through my tough times of trying to um, identify myself or come to the person who I'm supposed to be.
Okay. So what exactly is it to be gay? Because I mean, I know it's a male and a male, but like, I mean, is it more to that than that?
Um, it's just the person who you love. I just wouldn't say gay because it's not just male and female. I mean, not just male and male. It's female and female, male and female who are trans. Woman and trans men, and people who are attracted to transgender and all of that.
Okay. All right. So what are some things that you know that is offensive towards the gay community?
Um, when you prejudge somebody, you don't know what they're going through, so that could be a trigger. Calling somebody a faggot, a fishy, a queer, a dyke, those are offensive, derogatory towards people who live in the LGBTQ community. Um, that's the ones I
Okay. So I know there's like different types of gays. So you know the different levels to the gays?
um, you have the ones that dress as men, that identify as being gay, but they're dressed as men. You have the ones that identify as gay. They're dressed as flamboyant. They're dressed as they call femme queens.
Okay.
They dress as you know, feminine, and they dress as have sometimes have women clothes. Then you have the ones that are like I said,
I know I hear people say a lot of stuff like trade, and then they say like the top, the bottom, the verse, and the
yeah, the
verse
top, yeah,
bottom,
trade.
verse top.
Trade is a person who, and that's on the DL, that identify as, he's gay. I mean, he like men, but he's still in the church community.
Oh,
And
okay.
then you have the top who's strictly just that penetrate, that
Hmm.
actually do the person, the man. Then you have the bottom that actually get beat, they get penetrated. And then you have the verse.
Which
Verse is
does
both.
both. Okay.
So you get both.
Okay. All right. So, what do you think about the gays with these different type of communities? I'm gonna start with the straight community.
The straight community, they judge. And most of the time, people that are judging are the ones that haven't come to terms with themselves, or they don't know that they like men, but they kind of say that they're like men, or the
Hmm.
ones that like women and say they're like women, and they feel threatened because of men or trans women who um who can be with each other, or either be with a straight man or can turn a straight man into gay, but you can't really turn about this already. How those feelings.
Okay. What about lesbian?
Um, the same, like they I wouldn't say the same, but the lesbians, I can't speak for it today. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I know from my perspective, they all stay around each other a lot too. Usually they at the same club. So obviously they have to get some type of along for them to all gather around each other. What about the transgender community?
That I can't speak on.
Okay. I mean, same thing though. I mean, I know they're out there, so they have to get along some way,
But
somehow.
no, not necessarily because the LGBT, like the gay dudes, they sometimes they can clock transgender women, and sometimes they judge each other.
Okay. So it's like a little judgmental thing, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Yeah,
like they do the new words of reading, which is I guess telling a person off or telling a person about themselves.
yeah.
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 So, what about the queer community?
I can't speak for that.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know
I
either
don't know.
about that one. I don't. I mean, I would need a person who is gay to
But
understand.
then I
Yeah, to understand. 'Cause, I mean, they've been in the community. They know their people, so I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to know. But I know from talking to a queer, they say that they get along. So it seems like they get along. Okay, so
okay.
bisexual community.
Well, I can identify as that. I just, me being bisexual, I just stay in my own little lane and do what I'm supposed to do as a person, as in a black male.
Mhm.
I can get on with everybody. Me being bisexual, I can't relate to other bisexual men, but I know I just get along with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I just feel like with the gay community is more of a, if I'm not dating you, we're cool. But once I'm dating you, it's like, oh no, you gotta be gay, or you can't be bi. Ain't no such thing as bi. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the only experience I have from me dating a gay person. You know what I'm saying? They always had issues with me dating, but didn't have issues when we were friends.
So you felt like you was put in the box.
Kind of sort of like they didn't understand the fact of people liking two things, because I know a lot of gay people don't really like females, like, and that's a thing, you know what I'm saying? They don't, you know what I'm saying? I've dated people who really did not like females. Like, they didn't, it's not like they wouldn't talk to them, but the sight of a woman naked and stuff, yeah, they couldn't take it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to plus size community, because I know I've seen a lot of gay people be mean to fat people, but it's also a lot of plus size people that are gay who have like anger issues. I've seen a lot in the gay community. I don't know what that is.
Well, speaking for myself, I don't bash people that what I'm saying, big or overweight. Um, my thought on that is I try to encourage people of those saying the post size. Um, because I understand, what I'm saying, how, aunties, uncles that this a little overweight. So I understand that not, what I'm saying, everybody have their own, sense of who they are, and you're supposed to encourage everybody and not judge everybody. Just encourage people because you never know what the next person may be going through.
Exactly, and I feel that very much so. So, I know I haven't did this with everybody else, but I know it's a big thing with me having conversations with a lot of gay people. They keep saying this,
Mm-hmm.
that they don't mess with their own community, and I don't understand that. How can you not mess with your own community if you're in that community? That's like me saying I don't mess with black people, but I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I don't know what that is. I wish somebody was here to explain that on that situation.
Because, okay, back to the sense of, judgment. Everybody, what I'm saying, some people can be missed. Gays can be missed.
And what is
And,
messy?
like, keeping up drama, keeping
Okay.
up stuff.
Okay.
Um, and some people don't want all of that around. They want to live their life and be comfortable with who they are. And you have people that are messy, they're just prone to be messy. There's like a whole lot of drama to keep up men's fights and all that stuff. So I can say that because I don't mess with the gays like that, because I
Hmm.
don't deal with trauma. I don't have time for you coming to try to read me or you feel some type of way because I have on the outfit and might look appealing and you don't have it on, or you feel some type of jealousy or envy towards another person,
Hmm.
and we all in the community, but it don't get treated like a community. It's always like you got to read this person or you got to talk down to this person because you're intimidated by this person, or you feel confident and you're intimidated by that, and it's just a whole lot. So
Okay.
I understand I don't get along with the gays. I don't mix with the men. I hang with who I hang with, and that's just that.
Okay. Well, is there anything you want to conclude about the gay community?
Um, you have some people that I think be with, and they're enjoyable to be around. You have the ones that are messy that you can't be around. I just say you choose your friends wisely.
Okay. Well, I have a message. I wish that somebody would be able to voice this scepter better than, what we was able to do because we really wasn't that knowledgeable. But I appreciate you coming on and helping me out with this part because it was very hard. I mean, it's a very attitudinal community. I don't understand. It's like everybody feels like they're better than the bigger picture, and I don't get it. And I wish that they would come together amongst each other, and somebody would stand forward to speak up from them because, as you see, we did what we can do, but I mean, it would have came off better for a person who was more knowledgeable in that time frame and in that lifestyle. Because I know it's a whole lifestyle that they're living that I don't go to, I don't deal with, I don't go to gay clubs, I don't do a lot of that stuff. So it's a lot of things that we are missing right now at this conversation that could have been informational to the person who did not know. And for the next time, they wouldn't have to have attitude or they wouldn't have to feel any type of way towards a person because now they know how to come at you. So that was really the whole purpose of this first episode. But, we have to give it to them. But I thank you. If you want to let everybody know how to follow you and where to find you at.
You can find me on Instagram you can find me on Facebook at Beyond Diamond. You can find me on Instagram at Primetime 478. You can find me on my other Instagram, Primetime_478.
Okay. And you were telling me that you was indulged into something. You want to tell them about that, or you going to hold off?
Indulge in what?
You said something like a podcast, something you were doing.
I used to be on a podcast. Okay. For Dallas State University. Undergrad, we had a little podcast.
Okay. All right, well, once again, I thank you so much for being a part of this, and I appreciate you. And I hope that the next time we actually have somebody to come and give us a little bit more knowledge on this information. But I do appreciate you for coming out.
All right.
Hello, world. Welcome back to We Are the United. I'm here with my cousin, and he's here to explain the straight community. This is our third take. We're going to make sure we do this shit right this time. Okay, you can introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Quilly, y'all. And that's him, Northside Mafia shit. Northside Million, that shit. I'm an artist, an independent artist, up and coming artist. And, that's just introducing myself. But to carry on.
All right.
About the straight community.
Yeah, so what exactly is the straight community?
Straight community, pretty self-explanatory. Heterosexual, like male, female, man, woman,
Okay. All right.
And
basically, it's a male and a woman, you know what I'm saying? So basically a male and a woman, bam, boom, boom, bada da. nothing too extra with it, you know what I'm saying? So we'll basically explain what exactly you would have to be straight. Is technically you will have to only be having sex with the opposite sex, nothing other than the opposite sex. So I kind of get that part. Yeah, for that one. So what are some things that is disrespectful towards the straight community?
Don't try. Don't try people that that's straight. Like don't. That ain't. People ain't gonna take that too lightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So basically, stay in your lane and don't jump into the straight lane if it's not a preference of theirs. If you're not the opposite sex, don't come at a straight person with any type of attention of trying to be sexual or flirtatious or anything like that to try to be
anything of that such nature.
Yeah, basically. Okay. So we're going to talk about the other types of communities. So I'm gonna start off with the bisexual community.
Mm-hmm.
How does the straight people act towards them?
Well, I can't speak for every straight person, but me personally, I have no issue with no community. You know, like I don't even get too deep into what they really got going on, honestly. So, like, but it's no hatred, no, it's all love, same way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of the bisexual community is hidden in the straight community anyway, because I mean that's a whole big thing now. It's on
No,
every one of them is.
for a fact.
Yeah, they definitely are because I mean, like I said, to be straight, you have to actually have sex with just that opposite sex, and there's a lot of people who ain't being truthful
Yeah,
with themselves, knowing that they aren't having sex with just the opposite sex. They're having sex with all types of different things, and I mean, even though a person can be considering themselves as a woman or stuff like that, and you're supposed to respect that if they technically don't have the actual
yeah,
thing
nah,
that they were born
like
with, then technically it would be
sex,
straight.
but transgender, that's a male still.
Well, not saying it in that way, but more so just saying that at the end of the day, if you are messing with a transgender, you're not straight. And there's no way possible that you will be
Oh,
considered in a straight community. Straight is a different
no,
thing. You know what I'm saying? So okay.
yeah, you got to be able to reproduce.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what do you feel about the gay community?
Like I said, no, no problem with nothing. Uh, I believe that just with I believe stuff shouldn't be too enforced on the youth.
Yeah.
I believe that be able to let them make their own decisions.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. And I know one
and like
thing
I
is a
said,
big with the gay community and the versus the straight community is a lot of the hatred crimes that the straight community has put on. Not saying that you have an involvement of it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is definitely something that is aware, and the straight community has a big thing where they feel like they want to put their hands on, that community just because of how they like and what they like.
yeah, that's crazy.
But then at the end of the day, I also understand a lot of the gay community towards the straight community. They feel like they can turn everybody out and do certain things towards them. So it's like a balance where people have to open their eyes and realize that, you know what I'm saying? No, everybody doesn't hate you, but no, everybody doesn't want you either. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the lesbian community,
That part, because it's like you said, yeah, there's a lot on the cover of motherfuckers up out there.
yeah, basically,
But and then you got a lot of the motherfuckers too that you can't play with. Period.
yeah, like
Like,
yeah, you can't even really be
like,
around or even walk. And I mean, I feel like those people have some self issues with themselves, but
but
we gonna leave that to what it
what
is.
I say more so just play with them because you could be around, but as far as you trying to do extra with this like particular person or trying to act like anything
Hmm.
sideways,
Yeah,
that more like that.
yeah. So we're gonna move on
But
to
if
the
you get
lesbian
anything good,
community because I know
anything good.
that's something that the straight people, the straight people is okay with. You know what I'm saying? They're okay with the lesbians.
Oh no, we love
Yeah.
them. And see, yeah, that's the favorite community. And
Yeah, I agree too because I mean they
you know,
definitely have them.
it's very biased.
It
Yes, it's
is.
very biased. But all communities love the lesbian community
I
the
feel
best.
like they're the number one. Yeah, I do feel like they're the number one loved community because I mean it's just they're just everything. And like I was just explaining to somebody, I'm like,
Our
I hate that they got so
if you
much of
got
the
a couple
finest
lesbians
females.
for me to talk to right now, we could talk right now and figure it out. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
I
But
want, I, I want to get to know deeper about it. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and I know
yeah,
a lot of things with the straight versus the lesbian community is that the straight community loves trying the lesbians, and it's an irritated thing for them. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just goes back to the bisexualness of the lesbians. A lot of lesbians hide in the lesbians, but they're really bisexual. They mess with dudes, so dudes feel like hey, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying. I don't know which one you really is. You saying you lesbian, but a lot of people are scared to really come
Nah,
out and say the truth. So You know, they might be secretly messing with
It's
niggas, but
like a
they
lot
call
of
themselves
cycles too.
lesbians. You know.
Not saying it like that, but you know,
Yeah.
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 But you
So.
got some lesbians that's straight, not straight female lesbians. Cause let me get that straight. I don't like them type of lesbians that's like dykes. The
Yeah.
ones that's like a nigga. Like
Mm-hmm.
nah, that's
Yeah.
honestly. Let me say something for the straight community. If you want to fuck with a dyke and you call yourself straight, something is wrong because this bitch is dressing like a nigga. Excuse my language. I ain't disrespecting nobody.
Mm-hmm.
All love, but ain't no nigga in their right brain looking at this motherfucker that's dressed like me, goddamn tatted up, goddamn talking gangster than me.
Right.
And talking about I'm trying to nah, talking about that's a bit nah, hell nah,
Okay.
no head, no nothing, no
Yeah.
nah.
Okay. And that's another thing, like moving on to the transgender community, like how don't you not know, you know what I'm saying, that this is a transgendered person, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel like a lot of transgender people should be more comfortable with themselves to let people know who they are. But also at the end of the day, straight people have to like stop with this like, oh, I did not know. Because I know people who did it and be like, well, I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? How the hell
Yeah.
you don't know? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, nigga, you know, nigga.
And then you want to
Yeah,
turn around and
come
try to
on.
bash these people when somebody make it known, but then slickly you be actually, you know, dealing with these people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of them people be in this communities and stuff. Like so, it's just it's really deep right now with the actual people fighting for their straight community and actually being straight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight right now with them. Is trying to, you know, get these people to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If you're not really straight, then stop trying to rep with us because at the end of the day, you giving us a bad perspective of who we are and what we are. So yeah, I'm gonna go to queer. I know that's like a big thing now with people been identified, but I realized that you can actually be straight and queer at the same time. It's like you don't identify with being straight, but you also still date a woman. I mean, that's a thing now. I didn't even know it. So you have people like that who actually can.
So, elaborate for me. What is the queer?
So a queer is basically a person who doesn't identify with who they are, the gender. You know what I'm saying? They're the theys and the thems. Like that's their pronouns. Like they're not really like they can dress like a woman, but still it doesn't matter. Like it's like it's hard to explain, but
I guess
you know what I'm saying. It's a
they live in like both types of lives,
well they live
like
in
how some
any
females
type of life. I would
be
say
dressed
not both. It's
like
like
niggas,
anything they want to
like
be, basically a mixture of all
yeah, like how certain females be dressing like niggas and dressing like a bitch
at the
on other
same
days.
time. In a way.
Oh, at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they might wear like a blouse or a tuxedo with a dress and stuff like that. You know, it's like, it's different levels to each one of them though.
Like
But you know,
the
yeah,
crazy shit. Okay.
they have definitely what's the name? 'Cause I know a lot of the straight community really don't even realize that even is a thing. So, I mean, it's good to have an awareness to it because, I mean, I know you can't really speak too much on it because, I mean, a lot of people don't even know. It's not even just the straight community. Like, all the communities really don't know what it is yet for real because it's just really a thing that they just started doing. Okay, so we're gonna go to plus size. Plus size meaning like any type of big booties, big titties, or you know, just a actual overall voluptuous, oversized, you know, obesity. Those. What do you think about those in the straight community?
Oh man. Well, we're gonna break it down into sections because this is a big topic.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit. But what? We love them like shit. But you talking about? Listen, the big booty bitches, y'all winning.
Yeah.
Call me if you think you're not. Y'all winning.
You know, I mean, a big thing with the big booties because you know I'm really not a big booty type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the big ass booties. Like if it's too much booty, you know what I'm saying? I just have a thing about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something with me. It's not that I can't handle it or nothing. I like touching them, but it's just honestly, I just the feel like I'm a fall. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end up going in there and I can't come out. You know. But
it gotta fit. As long as it's the right type of booty. I understand every big booty is not the right type of booty.
yeah.
Now, if she got the right type of booty, well, and I'm an ass man, so like
Yeah.
I love ass. And so I like bitches with small asses, goddamn, all that.
Yeah, you
I'm just right.
I'm a what's
Like
that?
y'all call me too. You need me. I have to get it right. You don't
So
got
what
to do
about
that, but I
the
get it right.
women that are? Because I know in the straight community, it's a big thing with like a skinny dude fucking like overweight or obesity woman. Because I mean, they have like porn for it and stuff like that. What do you think about that type of stuff?
I mean, that's not my preference, but they're definitely loved too. All the African men, they want them type of females over the ones that we want.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
right.
saying? Like, so it, and them niggas rich.
Yeah.
So y'all win.
Right. So okay. Enough about that. So we're gonna go to the straight community because this is the chance to actually say what you need to say to the straight community and get some words out to them. So what would you like to say to your community?
You know, honestly, I never put so much. I never put so much thought into. I never thought about that honestly, because I never put the separation of communities of gay shit. We all people. We all here. You know what I'm saying? So when I say my community, it's my people. I have shit. Some of my people. So I got family members that gays, transgender, not transgender. But I might do. I don't know shit.
Yeah, we
But
might not know.
shit. You feel me? So
Yeah.
my community is my loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever with me, like that's my community.
Right.
You feel me? And for that, I want to say just keep your heads up, keep going. Don't let nobody tell you different and strive to get away from your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. You feel me? And that's for every community.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right. Okay, well, I would like to say to the straight community, it's a time and a place for the things that we hold, and I really feel like they have to get off their ass and think just because they're having sex with the opposite sex that there's like some superior beings or they mean any difference between everybody else, because once again we're all human, we all here, we all strive for the same thing and to live and to be. So I need for them to really just open up their minds and understand that just because you're around a person who is this way or this way doesn't mean you have to hate them, doesn't mean you have to put your hands on them. You don't have to deal with them if you don't want to, if you don't understand it, but have at least enough understanding to respect that person and be that way towards everybody, regardless of who the hell they are and what they do, because it doesn't matter what they do in the bed if you're not in the bed with them.
I was just gonna say, right, they ain't doing nothing to you.
Right, exactly. Unless you want them to.
That a little bit more. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. For one, what the fuck I want to find a gay nigga for?
Right. He might like it. I'm just that's my ignorance.
Like, I swear to God, that's my thought. Like, in my head, like, I don't know. I'm not finna get to wrestling with you, none of that, nigga. Like, for one, for what?
For what? Like, what is the real issue?
That's you act like a female, no offense. I'm just saying, so why would I, if I'm supposed to be this tough dude, this, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck I'm finna fuck with a nigga like that for?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fucking with a nigga that's like me.
Yeah.
And shit, I want to fuck with a nigga that's with this shit for real. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though.
If they get to that. Because I ain't trying to fuck with nobody, but that's the type of, I'm fighting and fucking with motherfuckers in the straight community. You know, like,
right.
We can do whatever you want us to do.
Right, run or get done, ho. You feel? You know what I'm saying? Me, because speaking from a bisexual, I mean, anybody really get a chance. I don't, even by me being bisexual, I don't put my hands on women by all means. But I know the straight women in the world, they're definitely having something against the bisexual men, and I don't understand what it is. Like, nigga, half of the people that you're talking to, is hiding from the bisexual community anyway. So you're getting mad at me because I'm being honest about the situation, and you rather goddamn be with a person who doesn't even really know themselves and stuff like that. Not saying all the straight community is like that, but it's a lot of them in the bisexual community that's inside of the straight community. So I'm like, these straight women, y'all gotta be a little more nicer to the people who are being honest and truthful with you, and you have to be truthful with yourself, because honestly, you say that you don't want a guy dealing with a guy, but if you don't know that you are having a guy that's dealing with a guy, so how can you say that? You know what I'm saying? And that's just one thing I just have to pick with the women. But other than that, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love the straight women. I love the straight men. You feel me? I fuck with y'all. Those are mainly the people I hang around. It's people who are straight, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Because, I mean, that's just me. That's how I've always been in my life. I always had the straight homies, you know what I'm saying. I always dealt with, a lot of the straight things that go around. I like to do straight shit. I like to go to the strip club and see bitches, titties, and ass and shit. I don't go to male strip clubs, you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying. I do a lot of stuff that's geared to my friends being straight, because a lot of stuff I want to do, a lot of the other communities probably wouldn't be up for. So, and then I fucks with this community a little bit harder than any other community. But I mean, that's the reason why I also can share my light and say things for these other communities to my peoples, because I always have conversations with all my homies and saying, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's never that serious. It really is ever going to be that serious. So, that's my ends of it. Do you want to tell everybody how to find you, or anything that you got going on that you want anybody to look into?
Yep, I got a project coming out featuring Plugged In Diego. It's called 827. It's coming soon, mid-September. I ain't gonna put no actual date on it, but just be looking for it. And then y'all can tap in with me at NSMX Quartet. That's NSMX CORTEL on IG. Shit. Follow my goddamn. Tap into my United Masters, and you can find the link for all my pages or the link in my bio.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard that. Y'all know where to find him. Please check out his music. We all for supporting. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who you is.
I'm also Asian, so that does go into the role of in the community of them looking at me differently. And also being short and 4'9", so being petite at the same time is really hard being looked at. Really.
All right. So explain to the world what is plus size community, and what does that have the aspects of?
I mean, it go from the small waist, thick thighs. You got big titties. Big trunk, just voluptuous all around.
Yeah.
And it's basically just the clothing, because, we can't fit no regular single number clothing. Mm-hmm. So we in the double digits, and then they're going to divide that and make that the plus section, because you got to use extra fabric to make our clothes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. So I mean, you just kind of said it, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. So what do you have, what's the criteria for you to be entered into the plus community?
Honestly, well, for me, in general, because I've always been big my life, I feel like it's a mental thing first. Mm-hmm. You eating too much, and then there goes you in the mirror, and then you start seeing it, and then you start telling yourself. And then you start seeing your pants start getting tight, your shirt start getting, everything getting tight. And next thing you know, you feel like you got a double chin, or your arm's getting too big, or you're getting kinkles or something. And then you slowly just ease into it. And then, sometimes I just got to accept it, you know?
I mean, that's what it really is accepting who you are for what you are. Because, I mean, even the people who are overweight, or the people who are obesity, they have to accept this stuff before they can change it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life is. Like, you have to accept who you are at that moment, so you can identify with what you need to do to change the situation. So, now, me saying that, what is some things that would make be offensive towards a person who's plus size?
I mean, coming up, asking, what size you wearing? Or like, oh, I think that size might be too small on you, you know, when asking me that certain question. Why can't I fit a 2X? You know, when I do fit the 2X nicely, or I feel nice in that 2X. It's not like my skin is showing or like my belly is out there. You know, I'm not here to entertain you. Whatever I'm wearing on my body that makes me feel good.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like everybody who has their body type, regardless of what size you are, should embrace who you are, because that's where you are at this time, and that's what you have no choice but to accept, unless you're going to make a change about it. And at the end of the day, if I'm 300 pounds, or if I'm a buck 20, which I'm neither either. But I mean, if I was, at the end of the day, I'm gonna embrace each way of the time, because at the end of the day, it's a thing. But I mean, I know it's situations where people who can't help,
definitely
being that way, and at the day, I commend them. You know what I'm saying, to work on any solutions they can if they want to change it. But if they don't want to change it, just embrace it. Embrace the fact that you have these extra things. There's people out here in this world who love that comfort, that love that cuff.
Yes.
I mean, have you dealt with people who just obsess over your bigness?
Oh yeah, so many people. When I was still single, it's like, oh, you need to eat more. You know what I mean? And to me, I'm like, no, I'm gonna have a salad. He's like, oh no, you need to eat more because I like bigger women. You know, and I do know this one culture. It's somewhere in Africa, and
Nigeria.
Nigeria,
Yeah,
they feed their wives like milk on milk on milk until they are super voluptuous.
Yes,
like
because they like that thickness.
like that
Yeah,
thickness.
exactly.
Yes,
and it's likable in the world. Some people have fetishes. Like, it's a fetish to people to
definitely.
have a thicker woman, and especially with the straight community, they love women with like these extra big asses. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm not a big ass man. I love ass, but I just don't prefer your ass to be big. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be extra big to the point where it's like covering. I can't really like see where your coochie's at and
Right,
your
but
hole is at. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's built different. So
yeah.
some of the fat might go to the ass, up to the hips, on the back. Some got titties. I barely got titties or ass, but still, everything's in my thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, you're Asian. Who doesn't fucking love that? You know what I'm saying?
You.
Like, who does not love that? Okay. At the end of the day, you're foreign and you're here in America and you're able to speak English, and not even be funny. That's just a whole thing by itself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I support you for coming here and supporting the plus size community, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand exactly what that involves. And it's not just being obesity, and it's not just being overweight. It's more so like, at the end of the day, you just have extra weight on your body than normal, and it's something that you're genetically dealt with, or it's something that it just can't be controlled at the time, or you're not even trying to control because you enjoy that little bit of comfort. Hell, in the wintertime, most of these motherfuckers is wanted because I need to be warm.
Right, you need to cuddle a bear.
I mean, my honestly preference, I don't consider a lot of the plus size people, because I'm not really into the overweight people. You know what I'm saying? Or the people who are obesity or anything of that nature, just because my preference, you know what I'm saying? But it's my preference, you know what I'm saying? And nobody can change how I feel about it. But that doesn't mean I don't accept people. And I had a friend that died, and he was obesity. And I mean, he died out of like something that has not to do anything with that. And it was sad, you know what I'm saying? Shout out RP Quintez, you know what I'm saying? I know that he's sitting there rooting for me now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a sad thing to even have that thing. And I know he struggled with the idea of the conversation we had of him being that big. But like I used to tell him, why won't you change it? And he said, it's not that easy. Yeah. And I understood what he meant, because it's not that easy. It's just like, hell, I'm bisexual. It took me a long time for me to transform to asexual, to realize that that's who I was. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a time for people to realize that it's time too big. You know what I'm saying? If not to be funny, but it's time too big. You know what I'm saying? It's time that I've got way over my comfort zone of my body, and I want to get myself together. So And speaking of comforts, how do you feel? I'm going to list out all these different things for these different communities, and I want you to explain how do you feel that the plus size community has an involvement in with these communities, because at the end of the day, they're throughout all the communities. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are basically the whole rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the reason why I wanted to put y'all in here. So I'm gonna start off with the straight community. How do you think they react with that?
I think they're fine, to be honest. I have done no problem because I'm straight myself.
Mm-hmm.
So no problems at all on that end. They just look at you like, oh, okay, you chunky, and then they move along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so as far as dating in the straight community, I mean, is it like harder for?
Well, yeah, definitely harder. It's either they want you to be skinny, or it's either skinny or you big. So, and if you're not skinny, then they'll be like, all right, move along. Or if you're gonna lose weight for me, no, I'm not going to. You know what I mean? Because I'm already comfortable with my skin already.
Right.
So move along. We could be friends if you don't want to be friends, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and then you just on to the next person. And yeah, it did take a long ass minute because everybody was always telling me, oh, you beautiful, but you're just fat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay, I understand. So what about the gay community? How do they approach you?
Oh my God. Hey sis. Okay, it's so comforting, to be honest. So comforting. I feel like this community is so accepting, and I don't know. It's another sister, another brother to me.
Okay.
Really.
Okay. So what about the lesbian community?
They're straight. I mean, I haven't really gone upon a lot of lesbians. I mean, the job now, I've only met one, and yeah, we don't talk much about the relationship stuff. So I think that's something that I'm lacking in the conversation because I don't have that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, so how do you feel about lesbians? Do you feel like you like the way their ideal is of the situation? Because I know you said you're straight. So I mean, speaking as a straight woman, I mean, with the lesbians, like, do they cause issues with trying to holler at you? Is that a problem?
I mean, hollered once or twice. No drama. It's just they're like, oh, okay, oh, that's not what you like. You're not, not your cup of tea. And then they move along. Never deal with anybody, too crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, what about the bisexual community?
Oh my gosh. When I was in high school, I thought that I was bi. Tried that out. That community is crazy, to be honest, because I've been chunky my whole life. So, being chunky and trying to date someone that's bi, that's skinny, and people just look at you like, so you got someone skinny and then you got someone that's chunky. They just talk, and it got to a point where I felt so uncomfortable. I couldn't accept that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I see how people were looking at us, so I kind of stray away from that, and I do feel bad that I did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to the transgendered people.
Oh my goodness, I've met so many transgender in my life. They are like, I want to say, the icing on the cake. They're so sweet. I've never encountered anybody bad or like crazy, But yeah, they're so accepting, because they come in different shapes and sizes. And like, I don't know, it's just like, where have you been my whole life? That type of feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I have the access because it was a thing that's brought upon me. I said something wrong about them and not knowing that it was wrong. And I had mentioned a name that they're not supposed to be called. I'm not trying to keep saying it because I know I have said it multiple times through this podcast, but it's basically training is wrong to say. You know what I'm saying? And I did not know that. I didn't know that. You knew that?
No, I didn't know about that part. But...
Yeah, I mean, so you can't call them a trainee. That's kind of disrespectful. I mean, even though I have communicated already with the person who's on this podcast, and they personally don't have an issue with the things that people say to them. But I know at the end of the day, knowing now that that is something that is not to be said. It makes me feel kind of bad about my own species and my own relationships with my community, because that's how they kind of approach the situation, and that's how they kind of talk about the situation, and not knowing. No, I'm pretty sure they didn't know that was disrespectful. I feel like that's just the name that we called. You
right.
know
It
what
was
I'm saying?
just they threw that title out, and they're like, "All right, this is what we're gonna base you guys on," and that's it. But honestly, when I see someone I don't know, it's always, "Hey, boo, hey, girl," or "What's up?" And then ask. I always ask your preference first, because I'm not about to come up and make drama with you, because I don't even know you. You don't even know me. So, you gotta be nice.
Yeah. Okay. So, what about the queer community? Do you know about them?
I do know about them.
Oh,
I have some. I have family members actually. Finally came out the closet when I was in high school and going to college, and it is so crazy. Why they always got the big titties? Okay, lesbians got big titties too, but they always got the big titties.
So you have female queers.
I have female queers, yeah.
Oh wow! I would love for them to be on the show.
They're in Minnesota. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's video, so we can go everywhere. I mean, I know the trans woman that I have spoken to on this. She's from Chicago, so
nice.
So I love the fact that I can show that it doesn't matter where you're from or how you at. Your voice still matters. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how many followers you have. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We Are the United, and I have today a special guest who is here to explain the plus size community and the reason of why we excited to add these people onto the plus size community. And I want people to know that this is no joke. This is nothing for me to be making a joke about or making an issue on suggesting that you need to lose weight or you need to be a certain type of way to be appreciated. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Priscilla, and I am in the plus size community.
Normal. But I mean, the things that a lot of people who are dealing with the plus size issues, they don't get to do that, because I mean, they have people talking about them behind their back all the time, just like every other community. So therefore, they have to be a community in this. Every time I have an episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time something that may be going through my life may not be going through yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
So yeah, we gotta come together, talk about it. Just really think about the stuff that we say, because sometimes the things that I might say might be hurtful because I'm looking at my point of view, but then at the same time to think of the community and how we feel about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for coming on to my show, We the United, and to be able to be a voice for your people. And I want everybody to realize that being a voice for your community is not saying that you're speaking for your community, but it's you being that person to stand in front of everything that's being said about your community and being able to address the situation, and you being part of that community and you saying like, no, that's not right to say, or yes, it's okay, we embrace ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And to encourage people to be able to even step on this platform to do it. And I appreciate you so much for that. And I am so in awe for you. And to that point where I want you to help me end this podcast. So if it's any way, I mean, first of all, we want to start off by saying, is there anything that you want to say to your plus community people?
Stay PHAT and love yourself. And you look good in the mirror, girl. Or boy.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you so much for having me on.
You're so welcome. So is there any way you want people to follow you? Is there anything that you have on the platform where people can follow you?
I do have Instagram, but it's mostly my kids. So
okay.
Yeah, but if you guys do want to follow me on Instagram, it's Martin, Martin, and then Priscilla, Perciala.
Okay. So just Instagram?
Instagram, yes.
Okay.
Just
All right. So just follow her on Instagram. Don't be trying to look for her anywhere else, y'all. Okay. And I appreciate you for being here. So we're going to end the podcast with you. So, I mean, everybody, I'm glad that y'all was able to stay tuned to the situation. I'm glad that y'all was able to be a part of the brand new era of everybody getting together and being able to express themselves in the same way of knowing. I look forward to us having to sit down, which is going to be later on today at 7 o'clock ish. I'm not going to really say a time because I mean I'm black and we're going to go off black people time. I'm have to edit these videos myself personally, so I don't know how long it's going to really take for me to actually get the sit down video to be edited. So it's going to make sure that it's going to be at least in the 7 o'clock era, and we're going to have a lash out about what happened tonight on this podcast and everything that was said, and everybody has a choice to depend to have their opinions on what everybody said, and we're going to lash it out. And I have other questions to ask everybody amongst what I have got from everything that everybody has said to elaborate. So I hope y'all definitely pay attention and go look up us on TLK TV, which is Talk TV channel at all mainstreams, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to get everything situated. I mean, I don't know exactly how to do all of this stuff because, once again, this is the first video. So I just want everybody to just be patient with me and understand that this is a process, and I will be definitely being more professional throughout the throughout the episodes where it'll be more attainable for you. But everything that I've had done with in this communities and everything that they've said, I will definitely be posting how to look up everybody. And I thank you guys for paying attention and having this long moment with us to take the time out to be united and be one with each other and understand who we are and understand each community as for what they have presented to us. And I bless everybody who has came on to the show to be able to be a part of this, to shed their voice amongst their communities, because it's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to speak upon a community who's going to be very bashful or very idealist about the things that you say about them, but yet they're not so eager to step up and say it themselves. So therefore, I commend all of these people for doing what they're doing, and I hope y'all definitely have a wonderful day. And do you want to end off anything?
No, just be you.
Be you, and yourself is what matters. And the best thing about being you is that you are yourself. So it's easy to do. So everybody definitely be you. And I love y'all. And thank you for joining into We Are the United. And we are the United. And we're going to stay united. And I hope you are looking forward to watching the rest of my podcast. Thank you.